Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. I am your host and award-winning international speaker, Jeff Marconette Jr. Now, this show is to try and help you deal with whatever you are dealing with. And we have a very, very, very special guest tonight. I would like to introduce Maria. Hi,
Hi, how
Maria.
are you?
Great, you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Now, guys, I would like to ask you if you would please hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. But I also want to tell you guys that we're having more of a conversation instead of making a presentation tonight. So feel free to ask as many questions as you would like. And if we do not get to them during the show, I will get Maria to answer them afterward. All
I would
right?
love to. Yep.
All right, sounds good. So if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself, I'm going to be pulling this up on my phone so I can say hi to some people.
Okay. So my name is Maria Papalia-Meier. I am a septic shock survivor. I went into septic shock in June of 2014. I call myself the Toeless Runner because I did have to have all my toes amputated as a result of some of the meds that I was given in the hospital to keep blood flow to my organs. It restricted it to my extremities. I was a runner before I got sick. After my amputations, I was told I should find a different sport, a different hobby, because running just wasn't going to be an option for me. And that was something I did not accept. And to date, I have run 2 half marathons. I'm signed up for another one in October, and I have plans to run Chicago in 2022.
That is pretty awesome. Now, I know from talking to you and from you just saying it that you had all your toes amputated. Now, why is that a big deal to running? And why do you call yourself the toeless runner?
So I thought the Toeless Runner would be something catchy. I have sweatshirts made and different shirts made with the Toeless Runner on there, and I thought it would be something that would make people curious to see what it's about, and it would take them to my website, because one of the things that's very important to me is sepsis education and educating people on the signs and symptoms of sepsis, because had I known what those signs and symptoms were, I may not have gotten as sick as I did. I also wanted them to visit the website so they would know that no matter what you think your obstacles are, you can accomplish any goal that you set your mind to. And the losing the toes, it really affects your balance. I didn't know. I thought, losing my toes, how bad can that be? But I had to learn how to walk again. When I first lost them, the way I would balance was to turn my feet sideways and actually walk on the sides of my feet for balance. So balance is a big thing. And to help with that, I actually did hot yoga is what actually helped me get my balance back. So.
But that is pretty awesome. That is something you should be proud of, and I know you are. So
I
I'm
am.
very happy that you're able to run again. Now, I we talked a little bit about your goals and things that you wanted to accomplish before the show, and you showed me something that I thought was rather nifty. Now, can you go ahead and show
Show.
everybody that
So
and explain a little bit about it?
sure. So, I've always heard people talk about vision boards and things like that, and living your every day, living towards your goals. So, on my desk downstairs where I work, I actually have two of these things. One has my goals on them, and you can see the top one is to run Chicago in 2022. And I look at these goals every day, and everything that I do, I'm working towards these goals. Then I was on a HR call, and there was a gentleman that gave a lecture, and there were 6 things that he talked about. I'm not good with this. And these really hit home for me. So I actually typed them up. I not only have them on my desk to look at, but we have a home gym. I have them hanging around the gym downstairs. So in front of me when I'm working out on my Zero Runner, I have a sign that says Chicago 2022, and I have the date of the marathon. And then all around, I have these quotes and these 6 things, because they really relate to everything that I'm trying to do. And when I read them and I think about them, it helps inspire me to keep moving forward. So that's why I have them.
That is great. Now, I'd like to take a second here and say hi to a few people that we have watching. So we have my dad, who is actually watching from across the street. We have Greg Dillon watching with us. We have Ben Bruce Chris Jr. Now, he is from Africa, so this is an international show
Wow.
now.
That's
So
awesome.
pretty cool. We also have Jessica Dugas, and she is one of my friends. I've been on her show. She has the Breakthrough Show, and I believe she is from Alabama. And then we have Brian. I forget how to say his last name, but I also want to mention that we have Sarah, we have Marianne, we have Brittany, we have Nicole, and we have Colleen. And that looks like all of them right now. So, guys, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. And again, tonight we have Maria Papalia-Meier. Is that right?
Perfect. It's perfect.
Yes. And she is also known as the Toeless Runner. And she explained that she had sepsis. And she then explained how using her goals and things and having them posted around her house is one of the things that keeps her going. So you possibly might want to write your goals out, put them down on paper, and put them somewhere that you can see them. Now, I know she has 6 realizations to accomplish anything you want that she got while on that HR call that she was talking about. And oh, all right, we got our first question here.
Okay.
So, Maria, do you have anything that continues to challenge you with physical issues now? If so, how do you not allow them to send you backwards?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. So I do have challenges. Weather is my biggest one. I love to run in the summer. I love to run in the heat, but it makes my feet swell. And so when my feet swell, I have to be real careful that I don't get blisters, that I don't push myself too hard, because once I get the blisters, it will take me out for a little bit. I used to be the person that no matter what pain I had, I just would run through it and work through it. But I've really learned that I can't do that, because a little blister could set me back 2 days. But if I keep running on it, it could set me back even longer than that. In the summer, because of the heat. So I do wear gripper socks in my sneakers to help keep my foot from sliding a little bit in my shoe. But in the heat, I have to be extremely careful. So I try and avoid hills if I can. It's not so much running up the hill, but it's coming down and the friction that it will cause. So I've just had to play with it a little bit too. I know when I have to put a compression sock on because my foot has swollen too much. I know when I need to come home and soak them in some cold water and some Epsom salt. So it's really been a series of trial and error. And I just kind of, I don't push myself too far where I know I'm going to get an injury. That's why I've given myself until 2022 to actually run the marathon. I know that my feet can handle the 13.1 with no problem. But I don't know what they're going to do with the increased mileage. So I want to give myself enough time that if I do have any setbacks, I can kind of work those kinks out and still reach that goal in 2022.
That is amazing. Now, something that I know Maria knows all about is my journal.
Yes.
And because she has actually bought a couple of these from Amazon.
I did.
Now, this is called Make Every Second Count, a 1,500-hour journal. And it's all about a mindset of gratitude and perspective on life, helping you get through the challenges that you're going to face. And if you haven't faced any challenges yet, just wait. They're coming. I promise you. You are going to have challenges in life. And that is a tool to help you get through them. And this show is another tool to help you get through them. So please make sure you join us here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So if you would like to hop into your 6 realizations to accomplish anything.
Sure. So the first one, and I'm going to read them off. It's hard to achieve what you can't see. And I have to say, when I started running again, or when I knew I wanted to run again, I visualized myself running. I visualized it. When I ran my first half marathon, I visualized myself going across the finish line. And I would dream about it. I would think about it. I'm dreaming now about the Chicago Marathon in 2022. And for some reason, 4 hours and 14 minutes keeps coming to my head. So I don't know if that's actually the time I'll cross the finish line, but every time I dream about it, that's what I see. We all have a choice is the second one. I could have, when this happened to me, I still do have a great life, but I had a career, had a lot of things going for me. And in a blink of an eye, my whole life changed. And I had to basically start over from scratch. And I decided one day I could either sit there and wallow in self-pity, or I can turn what happened to me into something positive. And that's what I'm trying to do now, by educating people on sepsis awareness and letting people know that you can accomplish anything no matter what obstacles you think stand in your way. Everything we need resides in us. It's true. Sometimes we have to dig deep to find the strength, to find whatever we need to move forward. But everything you need does reside in you. You just have to, I know not everybody prays, but I prayed about it. I thought about it. And sometimes you really just have to dig deep and find the strength and just go for it.
Now, can
Go
I
ahead.
ask a question?
Sure.
Well, first of all, I want to say hi to Jacqueline King, who just joined us on Facebook. So that's pretty awesome. And we ask you, Jacqueline, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them, because I'll say it again, we want to have a conversation instead of making a presentation. So she actually just said, please share, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I listened to you on Will Johnson's podcast. You are amazing. So, is it? I guess that's about me, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't remember being on Will Johnson's podcast, but that's all right. So now I forget what I was gonna ask you.
That's okay. You'll think of it.
Oh, how can we figure out what it is that we need to accomplish certain things?
So, when I wanted to run again, there was nobody telling me how to do it. Nobody said, okay, you want to run again. These are the steps that you need to take. You have to just break things down. And what I did is I took my larger goal to run again. And then I had to break things down because I had to learn how to walk again. After I lost my toes, like I said, I was walking on the sides of my feet. So you have to take whatever large goal you have and then break it down into little goals, to see what your starting point should be. And I actually have a quote that I came up with one day on a run, and it's, celebrate the little victories in life. Those can lead to the biggest changes, because it wasn't until I started noticing what I could do instead of what I couldn't do. Because, I was just focused on how I couldn't run. Like, I wasn't running, but I should have been focusing on, oh my goodness, I washed my own hair today. Oh my goodness, I walked 2 steps today. The little things that I was doing. And once I could celebrate those little steps, then it helped me reach my ultimate goal, which was to run again. I think too, people have to realize it's not stuff that happens overnight. Like, it took me years to get where I am today. And it wasn't an easy road. I had multiple setbacks because of surgery on my left foot. So you just have to, I always tell people, you can have those pity parties for yourself, those days where you do say, why me? Why me? But then the next day you have to find the strength within yourself to get up and say, okay, I'm going to keep moving forward. I think everybody needs the pity parties, because you can't be a positive person all the time, but you have to have the strength to move forward. I have my days.
Actually, I I I I have gone through a lot of this stuff too. I mean, I was told I wouldn't walk again, and I had to relearn to walk again and everything else. But I have found that once you have gone through something like that almost ends your life or almost takes your life away, such as losing your toes, that it's much easier just to feel grateful, so grateful for being alive, that you don't have days that are bad. Yeah. That's my experience.
I agree with you, but I think that there were days where I would sit in the chair and I'd be like, why me? Like, why did this have to happen? And I think that you have to go through those days where you wonder why, so you can say, you know what, I'm still here. Like, there's still a purpose for me to be here, and I need to figure out what that purpose is. And once you find your purpose, you really start living your best life. And that's where I feel that I am right now, is I feel like I'm living my best life. I'm the happiest I've ever been.
That is amazing. I'm sorry about pulling you off of your steps, but I also want to say that Jessica Dugas said, yes, we need to acknowledge it and then move forward through it. So acknowledge your problems, acknowledge your issues, and then you will be able to deal with them a lot better. And I want to say hi to Kim.
Hi,
Gillum Steele. Is
Yep.
that the girl
That's my Kim? Yes.
that you told me to get on here?
I did. So Kim is actually a fellow septic shock survivor. Kim is a quadruple amputee who is absolutely amazing. She lives on her own. She takes care of herself. She is a very inspirational
Respect.
person. Yeah. And I'm so glad that our paths have crossed. And actually, coming up, Kim and I are going to be working on a little project together. So
That's awesome.
very excited. Yeah.
Yes, I will definitely hit her up because now I have her contact information.
Yes.
So she also said hi in the comments.
Oh, hi,
So,
Kim. And she's funny. You'll like her sense of humor.
all right. Well, cool. I look forward to talking to her. So, if you would like to get back to your steps.
Sure. Yeah. And I think I kind of went through this one too, like one step at a time. You know, you gotta break it down and reach one goal and then move forward. And I have to say, I'm not a patient person. You know, when I was only able to walk a few minutes a day, you know, that didn't seem like enough for me. But like I said before, I kind of knew that if I pushed it too far too fast, I was going to have too many setbacks. So one step at a time. Some stages are going to take longer than others, but you will eventually get to your goal. And then belief in yourself is all you need. You know, it doesn't matter what other people tell you, it doesn't matter what other people think or other people say. If you think you can do it, you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. But that's, yes, and that's why. So yoga, so I was doing, it was Bikram yoga, but now they call it hot yoga. And you know, you're in a room, you're doing poses, and it's a lot of balancing. And I would sit there and I'd be like, there's no way I can do this stuff. But it amazed me over time with an open mind and focus what you can do. And I can balance on one leg. I can stand up. I call them on my nubs. There's so many things that I can do just because I had an open mind and I focus. So I think belief in yourself is all you need. And sometimes we have to not listen to the people that tell us that we can't do something. You just have to listen to yourself. No, I think you disappeared. Jeff? Well, I don't know if it's just on my end. Oh, okay. I can see you. Oh, so I'm on here by myself. I'm reading the comments. If anybody has any questions, you can hear more about my story or read more about my story on the toelessrunner.com. I post about myself. I do post some inspirational quotes. The website is a work in progress. And like I said, it's Kim and I do have something coming up. September is Sepsis Awareness Month. And one of the things that we are both very passionate about is raising awareness about sepsis and the signs and the symptoms, and also letting people know and educating them on different ways people can go septic. Sepsis Alliance or sepsis.org is a great website to check out. But like I said, Kim and I have something coming in September that should be good and pretty big. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions or anything that I can answer, or I can see the comments. I've got my phone up on the side. Or Kim, do you have anything that you want me to say? Okay. Well, I think I am going to go ahead and end the call. I want to thank everybody for joining tonight and giving me an opportunity to share my story. Jeff, thank you so much for allowing me to have this opportunity. Hopefully you'll have Kim and I on in September. And thank you all very much. And I hope you all have a great night. Bye.